Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto our power,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Hakodash.
Hakodash.
That's all praise to the Heavenly Father. His true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh. In his son's name, who the word is called Jesus Christ, real name in the Hebrew is Yahushai. Also give a praises, honor, and glory to the Yahweh Hakodash, the Holy Spirit, which is the force and entity that makes the edification possible. I want to say shalom to all you sincere hearted Akim Walkwat, that you brothers and sisters make your bodies live the sacrifice on a daily basis in this wicked and adulterous generation. Also want to give double honors to our beloved apostles and elders, Great Millstone, who taught us his truth and who rule well. And we just a few brothers here from the Great Millstone Dallas camp. All right, coming back this Thursday evening through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemal Shah to do another Thursday night prophecy. And Lord's will, this will be edifying unto the elect of the nation of Israel, as well as glorifying unto the names of our power, Yahweh Shemal Shah. And yeah, we just just going to touch into a few current happenings, measuring the times, as scriptures commands us to do so. Yahweh Shemal Shah commands us to do so, man, because we are ready to get the hell up out of here. All right, and that's why the Lord, if we can open up with Isaiah 62, I've set watchmen upon the walls of Jerusalem. I believe it's like verse 5. Okay, because Yahweh Bashem Shah is all right, he's very strategic, okay, as it relates into the building up of empires as well as the demolishing of empires. He does everything with calculation, as is written about in Wisdom Solomon the 11th chapter. Okay, the Lord does everything in measure, weight, and number. And we see as each day passes, is another strike upon America, Babylon the Great. Okay, another plague, another pestilence, more bad news. Okay, ultimately because the Lord, all right, is undoing this place. Zephaniah the third chapter. He says, out of all the places you've been scattered, there I will undo all those that afflict thee. So we're seeing the Lord in real time, undoing the fabrics of society, morally, economically, spiritually. Okay, just the spirit and the mirth of this place is gone, man. All right, but this is all prophecy. So yeah, we're just gonna, it's gonna be a short, quick hit, so Lord's will, this will be edifying, all right, and to the elect out there. So yeah, whatever you Akim got.
I got that Isaiah.
Okay.
God, this is Isaiah chapter 62, and this is verse 6. It says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace.
Right. And Jerusalem, we're a people before we're a place. And the bulk of Jerusalem, all right, which is symbolic for you Israelites, you so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, the bulk of us are here in America, Babylon the Great, in the land of the North. All right. And the Lord has set up watchmen. He set up prophets, okay, to diligently, and faithfully carry forth the words of Yahweh Bashem Shah accurately and correctly. Okay, not switching up the doctrine. Okay, not coming down here at the last end of the wire, telling you that heathens can be saved. No, Sirach the 36th chapter, he says, let thy prophets be found faithful. Give testimony unto those that thou hast possessed from the beginning. So that's a mark of a true prophet, a true man of the Lord. He's not going to switch up his word, and he's found faithful. Okay, what did the Lord speak about? Jeremiah, all right, and Ezekiel and Isaiah. He says, I have daily set up my prophets and warn you betimes, getting them up early. Okay, warning you betimes, man. And that's the mark of a true prophet, man. Daily, constantly grinding through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Shah, man.
Right.
All right, not giving any rest into our power, man. You got it, bro.
And back in Isaiah chapter 62, verse 6 from the top, it says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night.
Right, which shall never hold their peace, bro. This is the time to speak. This is the time to prophesy.
Right.
How can you call yourself a man of the Lord or a prophet? All right, and you quiet as hell. Okay, as it relates into this MOTB, okay, system that we see clearly being set up, as it relates into the likes of Noah Yuval Harari openly telling you, okay, we're gonna we're so close to having full control to biohacking everybody. You being a true prophet of the Lord, how in the hell can you be quiet about that?
Right.
But yet Jake is making noise about every and anything else that doesn't matter. You know? You got it, bro. Was it on that?
Nah, it's a little bit more.
Okay.
I'll finish it out. It says, which shall never hold their peace, day nor night, ye that make mention of Yahweh.
And it says it has Lord all caps there, right? See, ye that make mention of the Lord, which in all caps. Okay, that's in the original manuscripts. That's Yahweh. See, because the prophets they just don't come, okay, speaking a word, all right, all willy nilly, and anybody. Okay, when Jeremiah, Isaiah, Ezekiel, all these prophets, Joel, Haggai, when they preached, okay, when they prophesied, they came in a particular name.
Right.
Jeremiah wasn't out there prophesying in the name of Baal or Tammuz or no, he was prophesying in the name of Yahweh. Shalom.
Right.
Yahweh Shabbat. So, all right, that's another thing, man. Okay, along with this doctrine, it's attached to name, so you can know who is giving you this message.
Right. Hey, and like I mentioned, like I said, the men that's gonna be the watchmen on the walls, they're gonna be blowing the trumpet because that's what a watchman do when they see something coming. They blow the trumpet. They let the people know what's about to happen. That's going into like Ezekiel 33. You see,
I said I was about to grab that.
gun. When you seen that trumpet, I mean, when you seen it, and I think it goes into like they bring the swords.
Yep.
Yeah, come.
Ezekiel chapter 33, in verse 2, it says, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon a land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast, and set him for their watchman, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people.
Yeah, so you see the sword coming, you seeing what? Somebody's coming to do what? Bring destruction to the land that they're coming upon. And that's when you're supposed to see it, and what you do. You blow that trumpet to let your people know. If they hear that trumpet blowing in those ancient times, like Ezekiel, what do? They look up. They start looking around and they what? Their heart start going a little faster. That's what those them alerts that come on the TV. And that's what we're doing spiritually through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And our people, they sometimes they change the channel when they see that emergency broadcast come up. They supposed to take heed to that. And that's that blowing of the trumpet. So, like saying, what's coming? The Lord said a sword is coming. And who's going to bring that sword? That what he said in Matthew, what is that? Matthew 10, around the 34th verse. He's bringing the sword to the land. Sword divides, and it is also the priest Patak like to mention, it can maim, and it can also like I say, it can separate something or put you to unalive. That's what the Lord is coming to bring forth. We see the division happening right now. But when he actually come and you see him, when all eyes see him, it's gonna be what? That sword is gonna come and destroy destroy this place here in Babylon the Great and throughout the world. That's what we're warning our people, that we don't want to be a part of that.
And also, if I can add real quick,
You got
if I can add real quick, just to because I heard the brother mentioning the trumpets. You know what I'm saying? When these weather alerts, you know what I'm saying? Like when it's a tornado finna hit, or ultimately, these devils have a trumpet or a siren for like World War III. You know what I'm saying? When that kicks off, you're gonna hear trumpets, which is a warning. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, but those weather alerts and all that, this bad weather, tornadoes or whatever, all that represents a trumpet, man. That's what we're doing for our people, man. Like that. We're the spiritual weathermen. The spiritual heralds, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Paul Revere. The red coats are coming, warning these people, man. You know what I'm saying? But Jake, like the brother said, it changed the channel. You know what I'm saying? Jake won't comfort and good things, man. You know what I'm saying? But hey, bro, if it's bad things coming, I don't care how much you want good things. Bad things heading your way, bro. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do with that? You gonna just stick your head in the sand like an ostrich? Nigga, your body's still exposed, bro. You through. You still through.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's Jake, bro.
Yeah.
You just ain't gonna see what's fucking you up.
No.
That's it. You're just not gonna see it. That's it. You can turn, you can look away, but it's still coming. Like these people, they remind me of like these movies do it. They got it bad. Running to, something scary, something coming out, monster, whatever, and they run and cover and jump in the bed and cover up.
Yeah.
Like that's not, bro, it's still coming, bro.
Yeah.
You're still in danger. You know what I'm saying?
And what we're supposed to do is give them we don't give them no peace. Yeah. We let them know when it actually happens. The Lord be like, okay, that's enough. I'm gonna go ahead and bring forth this destruction to them. So we don't give them no rest.
All right. Hey, so like the brother said, you had your what's his name? Yuval Noah Harari speaking. All these technocrats, all these people at the WP to the F, form, the form, they all talking about those. They openly explaining their plans on what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Body hacking. He wants to conquer you. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of that sword that you should be warning the people about. You know what I'm saying? This want to was it on that or you want some more?
I think that yeah. Wow.
Yep.
Because well, if I can make a quick point, because when you go more, wait, where did you stop at? Like what, 3 or something?
I'm at 2. Yeah, 3. I'm at 3. You're right. You are.
Yeah, but I know when you read more into it, it goes into there's pretty much consequences
Yeah.
for whether if you take heed or if you don't take heed, right? The true men of the Lord, man, they're going to be the ones that's like y'all going into is going to be warning you of the destruction that is coming. And if you take heed, then hey, it should be saving to your soul. But if you don't, then the blood's gonna be upon your own head. That's why Scripture said, man. I've been saying a lot lately how it's just not gonna be no cloak for your sins, man. Because not only Yahweh Shem Shah got man set up to warn you of what's to come and like tell you what it is, but he also making it like easier and easier to tell who he ain't with, right? Because guess what? What 2 Timothy 3:13. No evil man and seducer shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. Right. So like these other camps, just false prophets in general, they're saying more and more off the wall shit to where it's like, okay, now, I mean, like, 2 + 2 = 4. It doesn't equal 5. It's getting to that point, man. It's gonna be like, if you ain't getting it, then ultimately, Lord didn't want you in the first place. Ultimately,
Right. If I could just kind of run back on you, as you mentioned,
Mhm.
we have to understand that the Lord put us up on the walls, these spiritual walls, to call out to, because this is actually getting the blood off our hands. What if you had an ancient city and some people came in and they came and came through the walls, came to your land, and then the war break out? What are you gonna do if you're able to get those men, those watchmen, the ones supposed to be blowing the horn when they saw the trouble or the vengeance or the sword coming?
Mhm.
What do? They're gonna basically possibly put them to death, and that's what the Lord's saying. You're supposed to let the people know.
Yeah.
Now, if they blow the horn and the people didn't pay attention or didn't care, they'll be all right. But if they didn't warn the people, hey, the king will be like, hey, we gotta take them out.
Right. And they was the first line of defense.
Yep.
And watchmen blowing the trumpet because they see what's coming. Once they blow their trumpet on, whether it's a warning or somebody, a visitor, you know what I'm saying, or anything like another, they would send that the sound out, and the people would have time enough to prepare.
Yeah.
You see, so you would always, you know what I'm saying. So you supposed to see what's taking place. You supposed to be the first line of defense for our people, man.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, these niggas are doing a horrible job showing you that they, them niggas just, they just there for the paycheck.
Right. Yep. I got one. As a matter of fact, I'll grab this verse, 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 7. Because it's not just about blowing the trumpet, it's about blowing, a particular way.
Yeah.
Because, all these other camps, they making noise, but are they making the acceptable noise? Are they making the right noise?
Right.
1 Corinthians 14 and 7. And even things without life-giving sound, whether pipe or harp, except they give a distinction in the sounds. Can a brother look up that word distinction in the Google? I'm just curious to see what it say. Which we know, what distinction means, but it's good to know, have a accurate understanding because like you said earlier, Godal, the Lord is ultimately showing us who got it and who don't have it.
Right.
That's that distinction, man. Malachi the 3rd chapter. Then shall you discern, and then shall you return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, him that serveth the Most High, him that doesn't. There's a distinction. There's a line in the sand, proverbially speaking, that's being drawn. All right, you got it.
I had something. No.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the word.
Kind of.
It says, all right, this is distinction. It says a difference or contrast.
A difference. We can stop right there. It's a difference, bro. Okay. Let's be real. It's a difference when you hear. Okay, start with the apostles, bishops, elders, and the brothers here at Great Millstone preach and break down the scriptures. Okay, versus IUIC, GOCC, Sakari. It's a difference. That's that distinction in the sounds, man. And ultimately, hey, we're not boasting in this as if this is in and of ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, because ultimately we're just vessels, just like a trumpet or a harp or any type of musical instrument. It's just a vessel. It's rendered useless except someone picks it up and actually plays it, man. So the Lord has through His own counsel, he decided to pick us up. You know, all right, give us a chance. All right, use us, and the Wadi out by Shemal Shop using us, man. You know, the right way. You know, we're playing the right side of prophecy, man. But you got some more on that definition?
Yeah, I'll read the rest. It says a difference or contrast between similar things or people.
A contrast between similar things. Okay, because yeah, we Israelites,
Yeah.
but it's a difference though.
Mhm.
Okay, you got the elect and you got the non-elect.
Right.
All right, as Scripture speaks about in Revelation 14, speaks about the 144,000. They're singing a song that no man else can sing. Nobody else knows. Out of all these billions of Israelites living, only 144,000, that large multitude, they know that song, man. And particularly that 144,000 ordained, those ordained prophets, they're singing that new song, man, correctly. Publishing the names of Yahweh Shemal Shah, preaching and prophesying that Babylon the Great is fallen, preaching against the MOTB. And if any man take the charagma, okay, worship the image, his name, his number, he's gonna get destroyed in the lake of fire in the presence of Yahweh Shah and the holy hosts of angels. Who else is preaching that, man? You know?
Right.
That you gonna get that full scoop here at Great Millstone. That's that distinction in the sounds, man. So yeah, you can make a noise. Okay, all these counts make a noise, but it's not correct, man. You know? Was that it on that?
There's just similar words.
Okay, yeah, let's see some similar words.
One of them I was looking at dividing line.
Come on, dividing line. What do Yahweh Shah say? Think not that I come to send peace, but a sword. What does a sword do? It divides.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he draw just like what's that? First King. It's a lot of scriptures, you know, go into this, but First Kings 18, you know, with Elijah contending against those 400 or something, you know, false prophets about all. You know, he says, "How long do you halt between two opinions?
Mm-hmm.
If Yahweh be the Most High, okay, hey, you know, serve him.
Right.
But if Baal be the power, well, hey, let's see." So we at that point now. The Lord has drawn the line in the sand.
Mhm.
All right, you know, he's got all these different. He's allowing all these different doctrines out here to float around. You know, the Lord is allowing this. He's allowing Genesis Israelite camp to ultimately try to, you know, uproot, you know, the one West doctrine, which you're failing miserably.
Yeah.
Scripture speaks about all those that come up and fight against Jerusalem, they're gonna be broken to pieces. You know, and it makes sense, man. Why you clasping hands with Hokab Malone? There's a lot of similarities between what Hokab Malone is doing and what Demon Hakah is doing, man. You know, but nonetheless, you can't fight against this, man.
Right.
Because you're gonna find yourself fighting against Yahweh Shemal Shah, because this is not ordained by man. This was ordained by the heavens. You know, the spirit came upon Elder High Priest Abba Bibbins and the men on down. Okay, to ultimately, hey man, bring this beautiful information forth. You know, so you preaching out of strife and envy, bro. Hey, we're gonna see how that's gonna work out for you. But the Lord is drawing that line in the sand. All right, and he's gathering all he's making that distinction between the sheep and the goats right now. Matthew 25.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna finish this verse out, y'all.
If I can
Okay,
just,
yeah.
I want to get the second
Okay.
too, the second definition. It says, number two of a distinction. It says excellence that sets someone or something apart from others. You know what I'm saying? And in the scriptures, when it speaks of excellence or excellency, it's talking about that increase in the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like in one of the scriptures that I'm thinking about is the one in Philippians, the 3rd chapter, for the increase, for the excellency of the knowledge, that increase in the knowledge. You know, for choosing Yahweh over everything else, count everything else done. So that's that increase. So it's basically an increase that sets someone or something apart from others, man. You know what I'm saying? That increase in knowledge. These dudes ain't got it, man. You know what I'm saying? You out there teaching, you know, the heathen can make it. You don't got it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, Paul ain't a man of the Lord. He ain't, you know, his word ain't authoritative. You don't got it, bro. You know what I'm saying? You don't have that increase. You know what I'm saying? And these dudes are decreasing, man.
Yes.
These dudes are full of darkness, man. These dudes wicked at the end of the day, man. Some badass children that learned the knowledge, got fed, you know, and then start biting the hand that fed them, man. You know what I'm saying? The gate that they learned this knowledge from, man. You know, which is a badass child or wicked ass animal. at the end of the day. Get put down, man. You bite your own, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I had a dog, he turn on me and I'm feeding him and nourishing him and he bite me. Well, dude, what? It's time to go now. Now you gotta go, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Can I have this quick one for you?
Come.
It's for you. 2 Samuel 3:1. Now there was long war between the house of Saul and the house of David.
Mm-hmm.
But David waxed stronger and stronger,
Mm-hmm.
and the house of Saul waxed weaker and weaker.
And that's very plain, man. That's very plain and to the point, very clear. This thing is about the house of David. David waxed strong, Saul waxed weak. The house of David is waxing strong. You clearly like the Kahan Gadol just went into, man. You starting to clearly see who the Lord is dealing with and who he ain't, man. It's becoming very obvious because these dudes are, come on, bro. Some of the stuff that this crap is getting ridiculous, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? In the men of the great millstone getting started to pass to Harlem down, like-minded men, that's sticking to the script. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that you're seeing. These things are happening. The things that these men are saying are happening, man.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? They ain't speaking nonsense. These other camps are speaking a whole lot of BS and nonsense, bro.
So I guess according to Genesis Israelite camp, all right, since the heathen can make it now, that means vocab can make it
Right.
with you.
Right.
He gonna be in the chariot.
Come on.
No Yuval Harari. All he gotta say is Salakia.
Yeah.
Out of all this shit, this nigga talking cash money against the Lord. Now he's just Salakia.
Come on.
Yeah.
And he up there in the chair. No, up there with you. No Yuval Harari. Bro, Jake is crazy.
Jake bugged out, man. At the end of the day, they don't really truly understand what salvation even is, bro. You know what I'm saying? These dudes are not going to be part of the second covenant. Getting the knowledge, the law, statutes, commandments in their inward parts, immortality. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, of course, salvation being the deliverance from the destruction, but what about the other part of it? You know what I'm saying? With, like I just mentioned, aforementioned, the law, statutes, commandments in our inward parts. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to see the glorified bodies that beam up. So you mean tell me it's going to be some Edomites and these heathen on the chariots winning, bro? Come on, bro. Now, mind you, the scriptures even say it. What kingdom had not got of thy spoils? All these nations have taken us into captivity, bro.
Right.
Now you niggas are gonna come along and tell us that those same ones can get on a chariot with us, which that's absurd, man.
Yeah.
They gotta serve captivity, bro. Come on, man. Scriptures say that he that leads into captivity shall go into captivity, bro. And all nations have had us, bro. And now these niggas putting them on a chariot with getting beamed up and
how is that gonna happen? The scriptures say flesh and blood shall not inherit.
right. They would have to get the glorious point.
Musty ass nigga, musty ass Elam up in the chariot. He's in the corner.
Come on,
Right.
nah.
Yeah, like you said, bro, they gotta be changed.
Come on, bro.
Come on, you gotta be changed in order to enter into that. That's the what they call it. That's the chamber.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
You know, with a
Holy
election happens, man.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, that's gonna be we're gonna be purified when we go up there. That's like the holy of holies up in there. It's amongst but you're gonna have like I said, Elamite coming up there smelling like curry, or you're gonna have
Right, nigga, musty.
Esau coming up there with smelling like McDonald's.
Come on, bro.
Shit, McDonald's fries.
Right, that's what the marriage chamber is for the bride and the husband.
Right.
You don't see the friends in there. Go.
Right.
While they in there getting, you know what I'm saying, consummating the marriage. They just sitting there watching. Yeah, I'm glad.
No.
No, you know what I'm saying. That's only for the bride and the husband, man.
Right.
And the heathens, they're not getting their ass chastised like us, man. One, they haven't been in slavery, captivity, being dealt with by the Lord's rod, man, like, and on a daily catching affliction. Like, bro, these nations, they living it up.
Yeah.
Just to tell me, you telling me now they just get beamed up, like they ain't gone through shit.
Right.
But the Lord putting us through the fire.
Right.
Like, damn, bro.
Look, you look, they'll try to say, well, look at some of these Jakes out here in this time that got billions and this and that. I'm like, hey, but think about it. Hey, they might have been doing all right this time, but time before they may have got hit in the head a couple of times by Esau. Things that, it ain't like just you lived in this time. We know about reincarnation.
And Yahweh Shah says, barely shall a rich man inherit the kingdom of heaven.
Exactly.
Right.
But we went into captivity. A lot of times, hey, they was going into captivity with us.
Mm-hmm. It's a consolation.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Luke the 6th chapter goes into that.
Yeah.
That's if you're a rich man on this side, 9 times out of 10, you're not following the Lord. These like Mayweather and all these cats, they ain't worrying about the Lord, man.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's a consolation, bro. You know what I'm saying? The Lord ain't dealing with everybody. He ain't dealing with all Israel.
Right.
So hey, he'll give him something on this side because he gonna get rid of them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yep.
I got one real quick though.
Yep.
Because these dudes at the end of the day, they're not speaking according to thus saith the Lord, man. They coming from their own bellies. You know what I'm saying? So this is Isaiah the 8th chapter in verse 20. It says, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. And I mentioned earlier that these dudes are full of darkness, man. Ain't no light in them. They straight darkness, bro. Left hand all the way. They through, bro. So here it is,
Yep.
to the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, it's because there is no light in them, man. Darkness. They're not speaking, thus said the Lord. The scriptures clearly say that these the nations, they have to first serve captivity. They're going into captivity, man. First of all, you know what I'm saying? And of course, we know after the captivity, that 1,000-year period, Esau is going to be obliterated, exterminated off the earth. So all the heathen can make it, but Esau, he got to get exterminated though.
Right.
But the others can make it. Come on, bro. Stop, man. It's not happening, man.
Yeah.
These nations are going into captivity. And then, of course, they're going to be able to, after that 1,000 years, they're going to be able to go back, set up their economies, do their thing, be tributaries to the nation of Israel. Esau going to get obliterated, exterminated. That's the fate of these heathen. Ain't nobody getting saved. Salvation. They're not receiving the bodies and the laws and all that and immortality and all that. Come on, bro. Stop.
Got one for you. This is the book of Additions of Esther, chapter 10 and verse 9. And this is Mordecai speaking. This is a prophecy, which Mordecai, he was a Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin. He says, and my nation is this Israel, which cried to Yahweh by Shemaiah and were saved. For the Lord hath saved his people, and the Lord hath delivered us from all those evils. And Yahweh by Shemaiah have wrought signs and great wonders, which have not been done among the Gentiles.
Boom. That is beautiful. All those personal pronouns.
Yep.
But it's clear at the end, he just clearly says it.
There's some more on it.
Keep going.
Yep, verse 10. Therefore, he have made 2 lots, one for the people of the Most High, and another for all the Gentiles.
Boom. Again. Drop the bang the gavel, man. Course adjourn. This is, bro, come on, man.
Yep.
Did these niggas not read this? They ain't reading this Bible, are they? They doing their own thing. They just, making shit up as they go along, man. Because again, the scriptures are very clear. The Most High is clear. Yahweh Shah is clear. Very clear, man. Ain't no Gentile, ain't no heathen making it, man. And the Gentiles that have that chance to make it are Israelites, man.
Yeah.
They're Israelites.
Us.
Exactly. Bro,
Lord willing.
Yeah. Lord willing, exactly. Lord willing. So, but I said have that chance to make it, so yeah. Lord willing, you know what I'm saying? But come on, bro. It's not hard, man.
Right.
These niggas just willingly being wicked demons, man. And the Lord, don't worry, the Lord got something for you niggas, man. You're scattering his flock, Woe to the pastors that scatter the flock of the Lord, man. Shall I not visit for these things? He's gonna visit you, bro.
Yep.
You're not going unscathed. You're not getting away with it.
Yep. So it says, verse 10, therefore have he made 2 lots. And when you go into the etymology of that word lots, it means destiny. So there's 2 different destinies. One for the Israelites, as we're reading.
Which are the chosen people of the Lord.
Yep. And it says one for all the Gentiles. Not 99%, not 99.9%. Okay? Every single last one of these heathens, bro, they got a totally different lot than us, man.
Right.
And that's ultimately, if you got a problem with that, man, you got a problem with the Lord and the way he got, this program set up.
Right.
Yeah.
So it says, therefore have he made 2 lots, one for the people of Yahweh Shah, and another for all the Gentiles. And these 2 lots came at the hour and time and day of judgment before Yahweh Shah among all nations.
Yeah, Lord.
Yep.
If I could say, he said for 2 lots, and then he gave that distinction And you know, Lord, it ain't no gray area when it comes to the Lord.
Yep.
So why are you gonna say it's two lots for the Gentiles over here and Israel over here, but I'm gonna take a couple of them out of here?
That's confusion.
Right.
That's confusion.
He said he never changes. Malachi, what was that? Malachi
Mhm.
3:6, 4:6.
Mhm.
You know, here the Lord commanded us to commence a total genocide on those Canaanites.
Yeah.
He said, slay utterly man, woman, child, sheep, everything. He said, don't let nothing breathe. Now for him to just change.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I'll let him. No, man. Really, technically, Amalek was supposed to have been blotted out.
Yeah.
You know, so how's the Lord dealing with everybody? You know, look what he did to the Egyptians. Look what he did to those Philistines, man. Gave them niggas hemorrhoids, sending bees and wasps to chase after their ass.
Like I should have gave you inroads, but you was cool with you cool with Jacob over here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, I'm good with that. Nah, the Lord, like I said, it's gonna be set up for a deliverance for Israel. Why is he talking about the other nations are nothing? They're like spittle.
Yeah.
They're like a drop of a bucket, but yet
Mhm.
I'm gonna go back and pick up a little portion of that spittle. Little portion that drop of the bucket.
Mm.
You know, a little bit of I'm gonna pick it up and bring it amongst this 10-gallon bucket. Just a little drop. No, it don't make sense.
Mhm.
See it's they setting up for confusion right now because where we at, Esau about to implement the sea hip. This is seem like he's infiltrating more of these Israelite sets.
Mhm.
You know, I just throwing. I ain't trying to, say I know this, but he trying to set up. Get a little point where they can start talking about other topics and have them going off for everybody can look their way. That's what Esau do. He done set these guys some people up. We know that. But this with all the changing of the doctrine, that don't make any sense, especially the times we're in. We supposed to be watchmen as we just started off in Isaiah 62 on the walls, calling people, telling them what's about to come. But they said we're gonna go back to this. You know?
Yo. So, yeah.
And the whole I'll add the whole nation of Israel went into captivity, man, got punished
Yes.
for wicked deeds, which all the nation wasn't being wicked, man. You know what I'm saying? But the whole nation got that issue, bro.
Right.
But the heathen that the Lord ain't even with them, the brother just broke it down. They're spittle, man. The Lord don't even, he don't give a damn about them.
No.
But he gonna get some of them, but that does that even sound right?
No.
You know, man, you niggas making the Lord like, hey, bro, the Lord gonna deal with you niggas, man. You know,
You know, the author of confusion. Y'all confused. Y'all causing all type of confusion right now.
Yep. So yeah. Y'all got anything else? God. So yeah, man, we just want to put that in the ears of the Lord's elect. Abaratazah, this was edifying and comforting unto the elect of the nation of Israel. To next time we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to our power.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Chakwadash.
I want to give double honor to our beloved apostle and elder great millstone, Muafa Babal, Shalom.
Shalom.